Hello guys, welcome to today's lesson. My name is Srinidhi. I'm an educator on Unacademy. I teach English grammar on this platform. You guys can follow me on Unacademy by downloading the Unacademy Learning app on your phone, and please do check out the YouTube channel as well. So in today's lesson, just like previous lessons, we're going to learn a few difficult words from the Hindu newspaper along with its meaning, its usage, and also a jumbled word at the end of the lesson. So let's get started. Hey guys, so this is the fifth lesson under the course Daily Hindu Analysis Part 4. As you all can see the date mentioned right at the first slide, and this course is a little bit different from the previous course. Yes, it was same where we learned new words from the Hindu newspaper, but the difference is in the previous course we learned proverbs at the end of every lesson, but here we're going to learn a difficult word but it is going to be in the form of jumbled letters. So when you arrange it, you will arrive at the word, and I will give you guys two hints to arrive at it. One is which part of speech it is, and another one is a synonym of that word. So you guys can let me know in the comment section if you got the word or the meaning of the word. Okay, so let's get started with today's set of words. So the first word is guillotine. So it's not G-U-I-L-L, so we will not pronounce the L. It's basically a French word. It's called guillotine. Guillotine is a noun. That means a device used to execute people in France, in olden days. So people used to be executed using this machine called guillotine, especially in France, all right? So the machine used to look something like, it used to have a sharp blade which was raised up on a frame, and it was dropped onto the person's neck so that the head would be severed out of the body. So, example, the people who went against the king in France used to be guillotined. So guillotine is a noun, it's a machine. Guillotine can also be used as a verb, and it can be used in the tenses. So guillotined is you being beheaded using that specific machine called a guillotine. Okay, so the next word is servile. Servile is an adjective. That means it is used to describe a noun in the sentence. So servile means is used to describe someone whom you disapprove of because they are too eager to obey someone or to do things for them for their own personal benefit. So so you don't like this specific person and you call that person servile because you think that that person is very eager to help somebody or maybe a higher official in order to improve their working rank, or they're always ready to do things for them. So that sometimes could be mistaken in the wrong ways. Or so the synonyms are subservient, so it is subservient. Next one is mean. So that's just a very banal word. So example, when the new employee got a promotion, her colleagues gossiped about her servile attitude. So as I told you all, so when this new employee got a promotion, people spoke that she is servile. That means she is too eager to obey the higher officials to get things for in favor of her. So sometimes people judge others to be servile because they're jealous of them. So sometimes you don't really know the truth behind it, but then you end up saying it. So that's normal in our world. So the third word is ridicule. Ridicule. Ridicule is a verb. That means if one ridicules someone or ridicules their ideas or beliefs, they make fun of them in an unkind way. So yes, making fun of somebody, your friends and all is fine, but when you ridicule them, that means you're being very, very mean to them or very unkind. So there are a few things, even with a friend, you need to know where to draw the line. So if you cross that line, you are hurting that person. So that is ridiculing them. So synonyms are mock, make fool of. Yes, you don't ridicule your own friend unless that person is fine with it, because there are circumstances which might lead to misunderstanding and a big gap between friends because of one simple joke. So the example is, one's faith or belief must never be ridiculed. So this is a very, very important note for everybody in general. So someone's faith or someone's belief is up to them. So I cannot question you, or I cannot mock you, or I cannot ridicule you for your own specific thoughts or your opinions or your beliefs, because that is yours to have opinions about things. I cannot ridicule you because that's morally incorrect. Okay, so one's faith or belief must never be ridiculed. Next word is fervent. Fervent is an adjective that means a person who has or shows strong feelings about something and is very sincere and enthusiastic about it. So a person who has very strong feelings about something and is very sincere about his feelings, that means he's not faking the feelings, and he's very enthusiastic about that feeling. I'm sorry about that. So that kind of person is described as fervent. So synonyms are ardent and enthusiastic. Okay, so the adverb form of fervent is fervently, and an example is the new pair received good wishes from the fervent crowd. That means the new pair received good wishes from the crowd, which was almost enthusiastic. They were just bursting up with joy. So enthusiastic crowd wished good luck to the new pair. Okay, the next word is trio. Trio is a noun, so we know what a trio is. So it just means three people in a group, right? So but there's a catch in it. So a group of three people together is called a trio, but especially musicians and singers. So when musicians or singers come together in the form of, three people together or at a time, we call that specific group as trio. Okay, so example is the famous trio has been composing music for more than 10 years. So the famous trio is the three people, the musicians who've been composing music. So they work together, three people work together. So they've been doing music, or they've been composing music for more than 10 years now. Next word is quench. Quench. Quench is a verb which means when we are thirsty, we can quench our thirst by having a drink. So basically, whenever you're thirsty, if you want your thirst to go away, the process of making your thirst go away is quenching your thirst by drinking water or something liquid. Okay, so you never say the proper word to say I need to quench my thirst. Okay, you cannot say I need to make my thirst go away or something like that. You need to quench your thirst. Example, the passerby stopped to quench his thirst at an old house. Passerby stopped to make his thirst go away, like we say when we don't know the appropriate word. It means to quench his thirst at an old house. Next word is pelt. Pelt is a noun. So pelt is an animal skin which can be used to make clothing or rugs. So we all know that sometimes there are specific types of animals who are killed to make clothing or rugs out of them. So that specific skin is called pelt. Synonyms are coat, skin, hide. When the same word is used in the form of a verb, if you pelt someone with things, you throw things at them. So that means you're hitting somebody with something. So that process is called pelting. So synonyms are beat, strike. Example, the children began to pelt one another with snowballs. That means the children started to throw or strike snowballs at one another, or hit snowballs at one another. Okay, so before we start with a jumbled word for today, let's look into the pronunciation once again. The first word is guillotine. Guillotine. Second one is servile. Servile. Ridicule. Ridicule. Fervent. 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 Trio. Trio. Quench. Quench. Pelt. Okay, so the jumbled letter that I had suggested, the jumbled word that I had suggested in the previous lesson was ENLEFIGT. So I told this is a very easy word if you had read, the sonnets of Shakespeare. So the hints that were given was it's an adjective, and the synonym is passing. So I have added momentary because I wanted to give you an extra synonym for it. So the correct word is fleeting. FLEETING. So fleeting is an adjective which means something that lasts only for a short period of time, and the synonyms are passing and momentary. So something that is very temporary, something that does not last long, something that does not last forever is called fleeting. Example, beauty is fleeting. That means beauty is temporary. So after a few years, our skin might get saggy or they might get wrinkled, but you can never say that a person's beauty is eternal. Only thing that matters is how the person is from the inside and not from the appearance per se. So beauty is fleeting. Beauty is never temporary, never permanent, and it is always temporary, and it does not last long. So that's what this word means. And the word that I would suggest for today is INEDRSC. So when you rearrange these letters, you will arrive at a word which is a noun, and the synonym of that word is charcoal. So if you guys get to know the word, please post it on the comment section, and I'll see you guys in the next lesson. Thank you so much for your time. Until then, bye bye.